Last time on Gierok Farms.
Things have been going pretty smooth. The wind has picked up. There's a huge difference in yield and how big the stalks are, but a majority of it looks really good. Mason, he's been hauling loads. Dad, he's been grinding corn down there, just making as much room as possible because we won't fit all this corn in the crib. I end up having to combine some later on, but we're gonna make as much fit as possible. I'll check back in probably once Mason and I switch. Mason's taking over now. He's gonna do some picking. He's never picked before, so I told him just to take his time and focus on staying in the road and being safe. Like I was telling you guys, I only had one time where I plugged up a little, and if you're ever gonna reach in that stuff, you're best to shut everything off and mess around then. We're not in that big of a rush. We're way ahead of schedule when it comes to the rain that's coming, and we're better off taking our time and being safe and preventing a breakdown. So, but I'm gonna haul some loads now here, and we'll see what's going on back in the yard. That's the year I graduated. That's a good sign that the corn is dry when it just flows by itself. I mean, I remember times when we had to get in here and kind of kick it out, which is not something you want to have. And then right here, the shelled corn, I can just feel it. It's probably 19%, maybe 18 or 20, but it'll be fine. Those 3 dry cows, I think I usually bring them a pail of green every day. Today I didn't get to it, but they just know. They could probably smell that fresh corn.
Now we gotta keep working. We'll check back in.
Okay, so we're on to the second load of me hauling, and Oliver acted up on me when I was out there. I didn't have the camera. I left you with Dad back here. It cut out on me, and I think it was on the fuel side, I think, because there's that adjustment on the carburetor. I was playing with that a little, and then I got it to go for me. So I don't know if bouncing through the field, that kind of, if that screw adjusted one way or the other, or what the heck happened there. Plenty of oil in it yet. Wasn't showing that it was getting hot, unless there's something electrical by the distributor. But I would choke it and then it would go for me, so that makes me think to be on our fuel side of things. So hopefully that quits acting up. We're getting to the top of the crib here now. We'll be switching to the last one to top off number 4 shortly here if everything keeps moving smooth. Dad's grinding some more corn, making more room for us to keep picking.
So what we're doing here is I ground a batch for the calf barn, which we were out or almost out. Another batch for the dairy barn. There we were almost out. And then I put it's like 30 bushel or so of dry grain in my mixer. So roughly in a week and a half we'll be out again. And then I'll be able to mix the shelled corn, which will be on a trailer, and probably some cob corn out of one of the gravities, whatever's left when we fill everything up, so that it mixes. Because what happens is, even though it's down there, 18-19%, it still could heat when it's ground. So that's what we've been doing. And then by that time we're already in the middle of November, and it's getting colder where you can get away with grinding fresher corn that's not quite as dry yet.
Okay, we have moved on to the 4th and final crib. Dad and I just moved the elevator, and man, we're getting good at doing that. Dang near kept the picker from having to stop. He met me at the silage pile halfway up the road. I'd say that was dang near as good as it can be. We're getting kind of tight in here against these other cribs, sneaking the tractor in by the conveyor, but we don't have a lot to put in this crib, maybe another load or two just to top it off. And as you can see, we are at kind of an angle with our conveyor, but we're not filling the whole crib here. We're not spending all day doing this. So it's just a quick way to top it off. Otherwise we would have leveled this out nicer and made it a bit more stable and made it level so we could feed it faster with more corn. But this will work. Man, that wind is just a howling. It feels like a fall day today, gloomy. All the trees are changing colors and windy as can be. Typical fall weather here today. Crib number 4 is topped off and it is full. It's actually just a little over the top, but that'll settle. We'll be able to get the cover on, no worries there. Right now we're gonna clean up everything here. Mason, he just brought the picker back to the yard. So we got one full gravity box, one half full, third full box. So those will get used for grinding corn first here to make room for when the combine shows up. So then we have gravity wagons that are empty and usable. But we got a little more corn on the ground than I would have liked, but that's okay. We can throw some of it in the wagons. We got room for it. So that's what we'll be doing now, is cleaning things up and taking the conveyor down. But all in all, job well done so far. There you go, we are done picking corn. They are moving the conveyor right now. We just got that hooked up, everything's cleaned up. If you guys were wondering what Mason was doing at the top of the crib, there's a bunch of springs that holds that cap on. He ended up breaking one, so he just used some wire to tie it down. But that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you all for sticking to the end. If you haven't already, go make sure to check out GierokFarms.com. Take a look at our hats, buy yourself one. Christmas is right around the corner. We'd much appreciate it. If you wanted to support us in more ways than just one, that'd be a way to do it. But we also appreciate you just watching the videos and commenting and sharing and liking them. That's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.